friends, and welcome back to my crafty space. My name is Crystal, and in today's video I am going to be working on my 8th story in my December Daily 2020 album. Now today's story is it's actually going to go in my album right here, and the title for today is Hope. So that is the writing prompt that I am taking on for my story, which by the way is unexpected. It is not at all what I planned for the day, but it still worked to use the Hope title for the story that I chose today instead. So if you did not take the Allie Edwards prep party, that is where this file and the process for how to put this particular page together, you can find that there. There's a cut file and a PDF that you can use to either use a cutting machine or cut by hand to make a page like this. I've seen tons of people making them, and I cannot tell you how happy that makes me to see you guys making this page and making it your own. It's like the absolute best thing in the whole world. So anyway, let's get to today's story. So what I have to go inside of this pocket is a full page photo and a full page of journaling. Now I printed my journaling on photo paper. It has a dark green background with white text on top and the A Thrill of Hope title up at the top. This was part of the same digital files there. Then I have a picture of myself and my son in front of our Christmas tree, and then a smaller picture of just me in front of the Christmas tree. So this 3x8 I'm actually going to put over on the back side of these two journaling cards from yesterday's page. And then these two I'm going to put back to back and shove them into this pocket right here. So this spread is actually going to come together super quickly. I might add an embellishment down on the bottom of this part, but really that's probably going to be it for this. So what I'm going to do is put you guys on fast forward here just very briefly while I get this put together, and then we will slow you guys back down and I will read you my journaling, and then we will close out of the video for today. So let's go ahead and get started. All right, so to get started with working in today's spread, I am first going to get everything trimmed out. So this is like the hardest part of what I do today is literally just trimming out the pictures. So I've got two pictures that are sized at 6 inches wide by 7.5 inches tall. I did them a little bit shorter than a 6x8 so that it would fit nicely inside of that pocket. It's just a size that I had figured out back when I was working on this page for the prep party. And I figured out that I needed to have it a little bit shorter so that it wouldn't get caught with the adhesive that's holding the pocket all together. So that is what we're doing here. I have a picture of Jonah and I on the back, and then my journaling on the front, and then this is just going to slip just like this into the pocket. However, there is a little bit of space in the upper left-hand corner of this photo that I feel like it just needs something. So I pulled out my tiny phrase stickers. I got these ones. I believe they were an add-on from the Allie Edwards December Daily release this year. And I was debating between using the white with red text or the black with white text. I felt like either of those would have popped off the page a little bit better than the red with white text, just because there's already so much red in that picture. So I was really looking through these to find some kind of sentiment that said something about having a hard day, or, you know, some days are just hard, or something like that, because that is a big part of what my story is about today. This picture was taken when Jonah came out of his room and crying because he didn't want to go to sleep, and we had been trying to get him down to bed for the last hour and a half. And at that point I was just like, I give up, come over here with me. And then after we took this picture, I went up and laid down with him in his bed. So the word phrase stickers that I picked were stuff like togetherness and like this memory and I wish you joy and peace, something like that. I think those were it. And then I also added a cardstock sticker to the top as well, just a plain white cardstock sticker heart. Okay, so next we're moving on to this 3x8 photo. This one was the one that I took of just me, and I wanted it to go across both of those 3x4 cards on the opposite side, because the 3x4 cards are not adhered together. They're just adhered onto the transparency page. So once I adhered on my photo, those cards are stuck down, so they're no longer like two separate pieces. And then I wanted to add some kind of embellishment down in the carpet area of this picture. So first I looked through my little container full of chipboard pieces. There were two I was debating between, one that says like some days this month are just hard, something like that. And then this one that says the story of this December day. I thought that one, the shape looked really nice in the middle there. I liked that better than the half circle on the side. Then I pulled over my other jar of embellishments. This one has more of my textural type pieces. So I pulled out the pleather star that says, I believe it says find joy or find peace, something like that. And then there's also a felt star that has gold stitching around the edge. So those are the two that I'm debating between now. And then I went into my tinier embellishments to see if there was anything else that I could add to kind of help this pop on the left side and to help it go along with the right side, because there are those transparency circles in the middle. I just needed something that would draw your eye over to the photo on the left and not just the hope page on the right. So ultimately, I decided to go with the felt star, and then I put that little metal red heart in the middle of it. And then to help balance the stars, because now I have two stars on this spread, I decided to add one more to the hope page, just a dark green to tie in the dark green from the journaling page, and below the remember this story. And I feel like that really helped to tie everything together. I am attaching this with red line tape onto my photo so that it is nice and secure on there. And then that is going to be pretty much it for the spread today. All right, friends, that completes my spread for today. This one came together really quick and easy, but mostly because I had the right side of this page already prepped and ready to go. So all I needed to do is print off my journaling and my photo, put that in the slot, and then add my photo over here with a little bit of embellishing. So I love the way that this looks. I love the way that it turned out, and that it's really pretty simple to look at. There's a lot of white space, and I think it was a good way to tell today's story. So today's story is basically about, we were supposed to have a date night tonight, Erin and I, and that fell through the cracks completely because one, we had chores that we needed to get done, and two, we definitely procrastinated on our phones a little bit too long, and three, Jonah would not go to sleep. So we've been trying to get him trained to go to bed at night with the door open, but he keeps getting out of bed and coming downstairs, so it's just a process. And most nights it takes us 30 to 45 minutes to get him to go to sleep. Tonight it took us an hour and a half, and that actually might have even been closer to 2 hours. And the last half an hour was me laying in bed with him until he finally went to sleep deep enough that I could get up and come out here and work on my project. So the picture that I have here was me trying to take pictures downstairs while he was screaming up in his room. And the second picture, which is why my face is like, ugh. And then the second picture is when he came downstairs and I was like, what the heck, just come over here, come sit on my lap. I turned on my phone timer and then just took a couple of pictures of me and him there in front of the Christmas tree. So my story today is all about hope. And hope on a grand scale and hope on a small scale. So I'm going to go ahead and read this to you. So it says, a thrill of hope. In a year where so much has happened and our resolve has been tested day after day, hope has often felt hard to find. We went from dreaming about this year, the plans for what we would see and do and explore. Then March came, and we were forced to hibernate in our homes for the next 9 months. We went from feeling excited and nervous about Izzy starting her first year in public school to scrambling to figure out how I could teach her from home instead. We went from having consistent childcare for our 2 kids and true alone work time to living and working under the same roof 24/7. We went from the absolute joy of finding out that our brother and sister were pregnant and the excitement of being there all along the way, to being isolated from each other and unable to see them until right before the due date. We went from connecting over date nights and flights at craft breweries to never being apart, yet rarely feeling truly connected. As I sit up late tonight, another date night taken over by chores and phones and Jonah not going to sleep, I'm reminded of how hard this year has been and how hard we hold onto hope. Hope that things will turn out okay. Hope that eventually Jonah will stop crying and screaming and getting out of bed for 2 hours straight. Hope that Isabella will learn what she needs to and will acclimate to public school when the time comes for her to go. Hope that you and I will find ways back to each other, no matter how disconnected we may get. Hope that our jobs and our passions will bring us purpose and success in our lives. Hope that this pandemic will end and we can return to some semblance of normal. Hope that we will eventually look back on this year and we will be able to see the good and not just the hard. Sometimes even now, I can see the good. Other times, it is just hard. Right now, all I can do is hold on to hope. So, what I like about being able to tell this story today is even though we were supposed to have a date night and my original plan was to have us both sit down and kind of talk about hopes for 2021, and to do journaling about that, like what are our hopes for next year, and instead to talk about like why hope has been so important to us this year, and a nod, obviously, to the year being really hard because of everything that's going on and the ways that life took a very unexpected turn this year. But how at the end of the day, all we can do is hold on to hope that things are going to be okay. And I truly believe that in my core. Things are going to be okay and they are going to work out for the best. We just have to hold on to the hope that that is going to be true. So, friends, with that, I am done with this video. So if you enjoyed this process, if you enjoyed this story, I would love a thumbs up down below. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you can see all of the content I have coming in the future. And leave me a comment down below. Let me know if the lighting quality of this video is okay for you guys. I've had a couple of comments and I'm trying to figure out with my new phone how to get the lighting right for you guys. So let me know how the video quality looks for you guys with this particular video. And then I will see you all tomorrow. I will be back with my story number 9. My plan is to tomorrow during quiet time to wrap up some presents and get my wrapping paper story told tomorrow. I'm very excited for that one. So until then, I hope you guys have a great rest of your day and I will catch you in tomorrow's video. Bye now.